This video is to explain to empresses, queens, and certain princesses to know about their family star chart seriousness when it comes to matrimony. This video, like I said, this video is for empresses, queens, princesses, and for the imperial, royal, magi. Well, let me get it. Let me say this for imperial, majestic, magi, majesties, imperial, and royals and high class and middle class people, so an individual will know, even when it comes to even low class people, for individuals will know when it comes to matrimony that what to do when it comes to anatomy matter so they don't get sick. Now let me just tell you something. When you have girls that's from 6 feet and down are not supposed to have unsacred matrimony with individuals. When a person has unsacred matrimony, it causes a form of sickness. That means you're not supposed to be married to individuals that's a continuous habitation of the reason of your dignity a certain type of way when you're at that height. Now, when you marry the wrong individual and then you recondition your anatomy or your matter, it causes discrepancies within your anatomy or matter, and causes disorientation and causes sicknesses and illnesses, because that means you're breaking the vow of the oath of your dignity, the reason why you learn metaphysics, physics, and your social economic education, the reason of your existence. Now, if you have unsacred matrimony with other individuals, it's a continuance of one's dignity, of like even myself, the continuance of my dignity, because I'm the head of all star charts and I own all social economics. So when you have an unsacred matrimony, it causes sicknesses, it causes a person to get old faster than what they get old usually. It causes a person to get sick, or it causes a person to be disorientated in their life, where it causes bad things to happen, and it could even lead to your death. Now, I have caretakers that is educated in international security, is educated when it comes to physics. Sometimes they may be sarcastic and say they're not educated or they don't know what I'm speaking about, say, oh, it's too high for me. And you gotta remember, not only am I Melchizedek, I'm the real Solomon, and also a high education are set even in social economics in the paradigm of time, for individuals can know exactly what they're doing, so to prevent anybody causing disorientation or in wrong order when it comes to their dignity. Not only that, I'm also the real Ra, so you got to know the reasons of parables, verbal expression, and your vocabulary when it comes to certain things. And the reason why I'm alive is because my dietary habit is perfect, and also that when I was, after I got hurt in Boogie Night, I reconditioned myself to be such youthful. That was the purity of all existence, even of space, that holds up your outer intellect, or outer regard, even of the stars and all dignities, so individuals could be able to refine while my wife is at work in the metaphysical realm. Now, I'm going to just tell you just like this. Now, I'm supposed to marry inside the families through the paradigm of time, but you had individuals that caused disorientation when it came to the natural order of your dignity and matrimony. So we're fixing that situation now, so these things won't happen or won't occur, and you don't insult individuals that are out of regard of the higher intellect and cause disorientation or cause wrong type of vibrational conduct when it comes to your matter, so what matters in life. So now, if there's a continuance of one's dignity, he's supposed to be with the girls from 6'1" and up, because it gives him enough time to vibrate like a pole, so he could even correct his gender. This is why when you go to a precinct, they give you the report, they ask you where you've been, certain things like that. It's the same thing with procedures. It's the same thing when a person is educated and they're usually knowing about their physics. to their metaphysics and to their physical of their orientation of their matter, that they know what to do to handle the conduct of their physical reality. When a person complicates the matter of their physical reality of generated cellular activity that generates forms of matter, if they complicated and marry, it causes disorientation even to their matter and to what matters in life. So I'm gonna tell you just like this: when a person is marrying, you're supposed to if you're reconditioned, you're supposed to marry somebody from 6'1" and up. Some 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". You're giving yourself enough time in the paradigm to correct and conquer your situation and to correct what's wrong with your anatomy. Now, if you go 6'1", if you go 6 feet and down, it's compressing. The situation's already compressed. It's already too much. That means you're too close to the real empress or the real situation in life, and it causes disorientation. And your life might be in danger when it comes to that person, and you might be endangering that person's life intricately, because that means you want to learn sacred habitation of the physical reality that you're not supposed to learn, because it's not meant for your education, it's meant for that person. And then you interfering in their sacredcy when it comes to natural order in life, and that means you complicated the social economics that they're a part of, and then caused a certain type of disorientation or wrong conduct. Now you're breaking into forms of sacredcy, and then they might be educated into high conduct, even elements, and then that means you be breaking into barriers. So most likely it'll show in the physical reality the type of consciousness or the types of social economic connections that you have that cause certain things to happen in the physical reality. And in due time, it'll be able to tell because of the type of association that you have. So now, I'm just going to tell you just like this. A person is supposed to know this education so they don't complicate the reason of social economic physics. And then you have individuals that already did it, and then you have individuals and family members that already partake in certain acts of natural nature, of habitation of nature, that already that caused the wrong conditions through time because another person's vicariously experiences that's trying to live for the moment, that doesn't care or disregarding the reason of their social economic education or dignity. So it'll show in the physical reality and to their type of mentality that they have in their life, and when it causes disorientation to even international security and the safety of social economics of people of the humane condition when it comes to the equality of the future. Now, you'll see if they're thieves or certain things are complicated, and you'll know the difference. Now, this video tells you about, I'm telling you, informing you about the situation so you can have the right orientation and order when it comes to conduct, so the things that matter in your life will be formed and be precise, and it won't cause disorientation or disorderly conduct. Now, these are the things that you need to know in a physical reality, especially a feminine being. You got to be cleansy, and even when you're dealing with situations a certain type of way. If you see a person causes discleansiness or causes social economic disorientation to cause uncleansiness, those are people that forms entrapments and people that's against the natural order of orientation of dignity, probably from martial art blows, historical events that happen, and they're just complicating the situation in the paradigm of time. Paradigm of time means the truth remains the same. It just adjusts with time. It just remains the same truth. So an individual that's educated, that complicated other people's life at points and levels, even at a time that cause these type of situations. So one has to be alert and educated to know, because you might have other people from other different social economics that want to conquer other forms of reality that wants to cause disorientation, and probably according to their social economic star chart of certain things that's happening in the paradigm of time, and people complicating situations. But when you have a person getting their order, their orientation in order when it comes to the natural habitation of one's social economics, one has to be precise, because one can't interfere with their own sacredcy of an individual unless they're being real harmful to an individual's life and causing a person to be non-existent. And if you have those type of people with mentality through time, and we're going towards the future and education, that just tells you the type of person that person is, that doesn't care. So when it comes to imperialism, magi, majestic majesties, or or imperialism or royals or high class and middle class, you'll see the difference even when it comes to the conduct of other individuals and their mentality. So this is what I'm just informing you, and the caretakers, and also international security, so they won't be caught up even in their natural order of their orientation when it comes to securing certain things, because you might have people that try to place themselves in positions of power that wants to cause disorientation throughout time in the historical events, and that just wants to follow certain regimens and just manipulating individuals when it comes to their anatomy and matter and what matters in life. So now you know this information is on you to be responsible to correct this natural conduct in the physical reality. Have a wonderful day. This is Rafael and JR. Have a wonderful day. Love one.